It's a Rat Rod Buildoff. This is what it's all about. It's associate. We're partners. That's the editor's hard job. Keep the butt crack out. Booyah. Load up. I know that. What's going on, everybody? It's Saturday. No one's around, so I'm trying to get some stuff done. This is where we're going to start the Rat Rod video for this coming week. And those who watch the other video will recognize what's going on here. So, this is the 454 that come out of the blue truck. The blue truck, I don't drive it that much. Transmission started acting funny at the end of the year. So it's just been sitting. And I took the transmission out, was going to have it rebuilt. And I thought, man, I've always wanted to put diesel in this truck. Well, I got the old free truck, the FL70 with the 12 valve Cummins in it. And although I don't have it apart yet, I'm going to take the guy's word for it that it runs. If it don't run, I'll make it run. So really don't matter. The plan is to use a set of Summit motor mounts, 12 valve Cummins, get it in there. I have a second gen intercooler and radiator for the core support, but that'll be a different story. What we're going to work on today is getting this behemoth off the ground and in the barn, bolted to the 4-speed and sitting in the frame with some motor mounts made. That's my goal tonight. Backstory on the motor, you're not going to believe this. A motorhome was left here by a guy named Tony. Tony, yo, I owe you one. They left their food in the fridge, their clothes in it. It was nasty. So I gutted it, stripped it, was going to use the chassis, ended up not using the chassis, but I used the motor. It's just a 454, no cam. I put the intake on it. I feel like the world owes me money for doing that, for getting rid of that motorhome. So I don't have a lot in this motor. I have a carburetor that I rebuilt that a friend of mine gave me, so there's no big parts on it. It should be fine. Everybody's hollering about the budget. It ain't gonna fit the budget. Well, you gotta have an engine and you gotta have tires. So we'll make it fit the budget. And we're just gonna build it our way and show up. We're keeping it on the down low. I got a poster board. We're gonna start keeping track of how much actual cash I've spent. And then I'm gonna leave leeway for stuff like this. I'm figuring this to be $800 value with the motor, carburetor, and then I'm going to add $300 for a clutch, $300 for the motor, for the transmission transfer case. So roughly $1,400 out of a $5,000 budget and drive in my motor, transmission, transfer case, and clutch. And then I'll probably make my own drive shafts. What's the worst that could happen? So that's where we're at on that. But enough talking. Let's hook it up. So much antifreeze. All right, you see it here first. We got a rat in the rat. I was looking at some old valve covers up there. So everybody's gonna be like, oh, you broke the budget, but whatever. I gotta have an engine. And I pulled the engine out of my own truck. I milled the wood out of my own yard. I took the metal off my own barn. I don't know what is more rat rod than that, so. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I don't care if I win or not. This has been a lot of fun so far. And no room for a radiator. What are we gonna do about that? I don't know. Now the fun begins. I gotta make motor mounts. So we'll get it in there and we'll measure side to side and we'll start going through the scrap and find the best stuff to make a set of motor mounts with. And that's what we're fixing to do. So I'm gonna look for some stuff. I'll be right back. All right, I'm not hating it. It's in there. We got a 454 Rat in the Rat. So it's a little far forward, but it's okay. It's part of the plan. We know what we're doing. It's a little crazy, but it's all right. We can't run a radiator, but it'll be all right. I haven't seen anybody really need one of them yet anyway. So we'll figure it out. But yep. I'm just still trying to take it all in myself. I'm gonna come up with still scheming on got a transmission jack under there holding it. And then I'll get it centered up side to side. I'll get it where I want it, and then we'll start building. That's next. So follow along, people. Don't miss out, people. I know Jen's not here, and I'm cutting my head off, but we're having fun. It's the Rat Rod Buildoff. This is what it's all about. This is what everybody should be doing right now, Saturday night, in the barn grinding. That's what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. When I do something like this, I got to take it all in. I just pulled this motor. It's a lot of work. I took transmission out, pulled the motor out. Now it's sitting in here. I don't have a clutch and a flywheel, but I know it runs because I just had it running last week. So we're just taking it all in. Enjoy. All right, here we are back on the Rat Rod, continuing the motor install. So last night, about 10 o'clock, I was in here looking at how I'm going to mount that. And I was going to come down at angles to the frame because I thought the motor would be higher, but the motor's the motor mount bolts are almost in line with the top of the frame. So I'm going to take this 3-inch tubing, I'm going to cut it down, and then we're going to notch it to where it fits down the frame and over the top of the frame. That way I get a weld down the sides and across the top, and then we'll box it in, make it look sweet. So first thing I'm going to do, since I already got it marked, head over here to the chopper. I'm going to whack it. I'm going to whack off my pipe. So I already got it marked here. Ignore the cross mark. I got 7.5 twice. Yep. Saw's a piece of junk. Swap out the blade real quick. All right, we're gonna mark in. I already marked it. We'll cut it out. Junk, brand new. Man, if you ever got a grinding disc and you feel something weird, stop, throw it away, get another one. Buy them in bulk off Amazon. It's probably why it broke, honestly, but whatever. You can't afford, if you're doing much fabrication, you can't afford to go to your local hardware store and buy this stuff. Not at $6 a blade. When you can get on Amazon and buy 50 of them for 20 bucks. Sorry, but it's the truth. We're up to 12 minutes. Booyah. Put a gusset underneath. Drill some holes. All right, let's make another one. All right, camera said 12, now it says 5. So 2 motor mounts made in 17 minutes. Now I'm just gonna drill a hole, hold it to the motor, get the motor situated where I want it, and then tack them. And it's in there. I mean, I'll tack it, then weld it. Nothing to it, man. Big block Chevy right there. So we're gonna keep on going. All right, you can see there, if I can hold the camera still, we got that made. I'll trim the tail off and weld all that in, and that'll give it a strong backbone. And then I'll weld it down the sides, and then I'll put gussets underneath all the way, because it's a big block and we're gonna ramp it, so we don't want it to come out. But at least this way we can get the motor out, get the motor bolted in, see where it needs to be, start building stuff. So I'm gonna make a mirror image of that motor mount for the other side, and I'll be right back. Wow.
What are we doing, babe?
I ain't even looked at this thing in a couple weeks. We're back to the scene of the crime. The Lug Thug. I don't even remember where I left off.
Aggravated.
Blowed up, I know that. We pulled it up here with a rope.
Yeah, we're in the pavilion. This is where our live music is going to be, right here, overlooking the pond for the car show. In 2 weeks, we're going to have live music here in the pavilion. It'll be all cleaned up for you, so we got to get this truck out of here.
We'll have his truck running by then.
That's the goal.
I can't work on it over here.
You guys hear how crazy we are?
I mean, I'm going to work on it all at once until I get it running. That's the only option. Can't do it over here, so I got a spare 4.8, all stock. It's probably junk too, but it ran when I pulled it out. That's probably been 3 years ago.
Only one way to find out.
We're going to find out. Nope. Let me get the rope. Well, oh, there it went. I got other work to do to it too, so I need to get it back in the garage. I got the Rat Rod going far enough along. I need to take a break and do some other stuff. Just take a break means keep working on it.
Yeah, there's no taking a break on any project. They just
been doing land management till dark. Big Papa's out of town. Finally get by with Big Papa's gone. What are we gonna hook to? Got some butt crap. That's the editor's hard job, keep the butt crack out.
I do my best.
Well, anytime I pull something, I give her a little brake check right at the beginning to make sure they work. You driving this? You won't have to do much, but like I said, you go out wide on the gravel up onto the thing and get me far enough up onto where we can move around. And
Gotcha.
I got aired up. She's gonna drive this, and then we'll have to hook to the front, pull it up to the garage. We've been doing this kind of stuff. You know what else we get to do? Take the hood off. It seems like that's all we do.
Is pull stuff around and take off hoods.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Those Mopar guys that run around, we should help. We should be like the guy who cleans your dumpsters, but we take off your hood.
Yeah, we come to the show and take your hood off because
When
we're
the
so
show's
good at
over,
it.
The show's over, like when you're tired and you're in your apartment and you want to get the hood back on, we'll come back and put it back on.
That's a good idea. It's like putting up your Christmas lights and taking them down, you know?
Yeah. Mopar hood installation crew. That's a weird modification these days.
Yeah.
One time I ran my 72 El Camino with no hood once because I didn't have nobody help me put it on. And I was nervous the whole time. I was afraid it was going to rain or... I'm just overall mad at this thing. I tried to go all out, build something cool. All I ended up with was this. It could be cooler. Need a little more air in the front. So one of the jobs I'm going to do is get bump stops on it. So it'll find its resting spot, and then we'll tune off of that. And I've been dying to try some of that sweet patina on it.
Me too.
This has got junk on it left over from
Chad?
waxing it one
Chad
time.
said we could put it on the paint, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't think it hurt it.
I don't either. I think he said it was okay.
This whole side's got like impossible to remove rubbing compound. That's gritty. See, it's coming off.
I'm afraid to use that cleaner on it, though, you know?
I won't go crazy on the lettering, but I'll go crazy on the original. Like, it looks like somebody throwing a tomato at it.
I know.
One time, this is a good story. We got a Renaissance Festival nearby, and first time I'd ever went, and I'd always heard rumors, but you pay like $5 and you get tomatoes. And there's a guy, big board with a little hole in it, his head sticking through. And they've got him where he's like a criminal looking guy or something, but he's a jester. He's making fun of you the whole time. And they give you a mushy tomato. They core him out so he won't break his nose. So I hadn't pitched anything in a while. And Wyatt was probably Sammy's age. And the first tomato, it went like 8 foot that way. And he was like, "Oh, fatso," or he had something, remark. And I threw the second one, and it went over that way. And that's all I needed, I guess. I zeroed in, man. And third shot, I hit him right in the face, man. He didn't have much to say after that. It was a lucky shot. I was so happy it hit him, though. Well, you can see if it get in and get it fired up.
Are you ready? God.
One shot. It's a real waste of luck. Good thing I got these grippy shoes on, I think. I need momentum. dirty.
I saw the video where this guy said if you roll the tire instead of pushing the truck, it moves easier.
He ain't wrong.
That's what I did when I got dirty.
It ain't setting it up good. I need
Tire.
this is
Why is it
because
so hard to go backwards? It's easier to go forward.
the wheels ain't facing the right way. Well, what chapter would you call it? It's this middle of the book, ain't it?
Yeah.
Middle of the book chapters. We got it back in the garage. I got the M and the M, the holes don't line up on the M. So anyways, I paid $10 for those in Tennessee. That was kind of cool to find them for $10.
Yeah, $10.
I was going to buy brand new shiny ones. The guy sold me the truck, took the emblems off of it. And the mirrors. Or maybe somebody before him did. But anyways, we got it in. I'm going to hand the camera to my associate. We're partners. And we're going to show you what we're going to do next. Here, you take that. This is going to be our Rat Rod Buildoff
Budget list.
tally. And I wanted to tape it to the door, but I'm not seeing any good tape. The good duct tape's in the C50 for
Cup holders.
cup holders. And I don't see
Just
it.
use that blue tape that's on the ground.
I don't see it.
Right there
That's
by
what I was
your
looking
foot.
for. You remember the date
That we started?
that we gotta be there by?
Yeah, September 20th.
We'll keep that in mind. That sounds like a long ways away.
It's not. Because I feel like when we started planning, even talking about the car show, where were we? We were in
It's
Tennessee.
in the middle of winter. Yeah,
No, we were in Tennessee.
Fall Rod Run.
It was Fall Rod Run. It's when we first had the discussion about the car show. And I was like, oh, we have 10 months. That's no problem. It's in 2 weeks. That was the blink of an eye. We've worked hard at it the whole time.
I'm gonna lock that door so Sammy don't break my nose. Let me find a marker. Documented the whole thing on YouTube. So anyone could go back and see pretty much what we've done from the beginning. We pulled this cab out of a shed from a guy we knew.
That was
And
$700.
so,
And
that's a small pen. Rat Rod Buildoff. All right, body, 700. Can't dispute that because we bought it online. I was figuring it out what I've already spent. I bought the transmission and transfer case off Keith Moore. It's his 1967 model. So those are expensive to people who have a 1967, but we don't, and it wasn't to him. Trans and case, transfer case, it's all together, shifters on it. I'm gonna save money on not having to build shifters. 300. I paid for that. So the front axle is a 10-bolt Chevy. The guy wanted $200 for it. I had a set of wheels that I traded him that were $400 and he gave me $200, but that's not how this game's played. So front axle, 10-bolt. Now that come in every 78 to all the way up to 91 Blazers. There was millions of those made. You can find them laying around. Sometimes you can find them for 50 bucks and you got to replace the brakes, more on the brakes. So I'm going to say $100 on that front end. I could say minus 200, but I know that's not how they're playing the game, right?
right.
Rear axle. I stripped the motor home. That's all on, and there's a lot of parts going in this from that motor home. That motor home was left on our property. And I'm not stupid. You can get on Marketplace and get motor homes for free if you'll remove them. So, rear axle. Dana 70. They're not super valuable in the hot rod world. They're not valuable in the truck world because there's Dana 80s, 14 bolts, and so on. Doug Mail, a friend of mine, gave me one that's out there and it's locked up. It's drum tight. I don't know if I can use it. It was free and mine was free, and you can find those for free. So that's free times 2. And the spirit of rat rodding is building stuff out of leftover parts, stuff you got, stuff nobody else wants. Everyone reading this and watching this knows that Dana 70 ain't worth nothing until you are looking for one. But I had 2. They ain't worth nothing. I got 14-bolt Chevys that I could use that are worth $300 a piece. Here's where the rules get kind of murky. And I haven't updated myself on the rules since I first joined. They said that they weren't really going to penalize you on safety. Well, to me, safety is seat belts, glass, seats. That's a gray area too. Tires. I don't think that they want everybody to show up on used recap junk tires.
No, tires don't count.
Now I'm going to show up. What I'm building it with I change a lot. What I'm building it with may not show up, may not be on it when we show up. Balders and stuff, but they probably will be. But those were on my truck. I took them off. I didn't spend no money for them. I traded for that truck. They were on it. I took them off. So, and then I have 6 tires and wheels. The front wheels, I have 2 16.5s and I have 2 15-inch. I'm just waiting to find some 33-inch tires for free. I just need 2 of those. So tires, you tell me. Wheels, that's a safety thing. You tell me. I don't know. Right? What do you think?
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Fuel cell, in my opinion, the more you let me spend on that, the safer it'll be. The engine. The engine is a 80 454 2-bolt main, stock cam, stock heads, $100 Chinese intake on it. So the engine, currently, if it don't change, 454, and I'm with the carburetor and the stuff on it. I'm gonna be generous to the budget, and I'm gonna say $600. I pulled that motor out of a motorhome in my backyard. It sucked real bad. I saved the world from another motorhome. So $600 engine. I gotta buy a new clutch and I need a big block flywheel. Summit or Jags, $326. Steel. I pay. Now he's been giving me 50 cents a pound on steel. Let's say I've rebuilt the frame. I've got steel in the bed. Let's say that I have 1,000 pounds of steel right there at 50 cents a pound. That's $500. That price could change with the economy. 1,000 pounds. I'm running out of pins. I have $500 in that. I bought bear claw door hinges. That's a safety thing, but I'm gonna throw it on there anyway. They're $50 just to show people how cheap those are, and those are one of your best upgrades. Is a bear claw latch, and I'm switching to suicide door, and I'll recess those in, and it'll go clunk, and then they have a little release. You can hang a porcelain ball valve on that or something cool. I bought headers. Yep. You got to buy some stuff.
I know.
So I bought headers. They're cool. They're going to be cool. I bought 55 Chevy Gasser big block fender well headers. They were $280. Heim joints in the rear. I haven't bought those yet, and I don't know what I'm going to do in the rear yet. Brakes. Brakes are another thing.
Safety, yeah.
Brakes are in safety. That front end's real complete. I am going to have to buy loaded calipers. I'm going to buy nice loaded calipers with pads. Not in the budget. If it is, then I didn't hear the rules correctly. And that happens. That happens. Sometimes I get narrow-minded and I don't hear everything. really, I don't know what else to take. Let's see where we're at. Brake master cylinder. I think that kind of falls under this thing of safety, but I have a few laying around that I'm going to use. And people watching this probably already know how much it is. 700 plus 300 plus 100 plus 600 plus 320. I did 350. 350, so I owe myself 25 bucks. Plus 475 plus 50 plus 280. That's 28.55 right there. So our seats, we have limited room. I've seen people do this before. It's not optimal, but I have 2 tractor bases. We'll make those be independent, and then me and you we'll take some board or something, and we'll make us a backboard, and we'll wrap it and sew and staple and beat and make our own little backboards. This thing ain't, listen, this is a build-off car. Let's just be honest. This is not going to be something we're going to worry about driving. We will haul this thing around. What I tell you, my dream is to take it to Billy Strings Renewal Fest
next year. That's our goal, to go to Renewal Fest in our camper.
Yep.
We need it.
Haul it out there and then
Billy,
drive.
I'm talking to Billy directly.
Yeah.
Send us some tickets. We need to bring our camper to Renewal.
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest hit. So really, like, there's others now I know where we're at, and that's being honest. That's body. I don't think like registration.
None of that counts. None of that counts.
Insurance isn't going to count. So here's my opinion to you. Take these rules and run with them. The rules are like where you need to, or me, do good, do better. You should have, no matter what kind of seats you have, you should have seat belts that's connected to the framework of the chassis. You know, while you ride the storm out. You know, there's another music reference for you. But that's about it. I haven't really showed you the motor. We'll finish up over there.
Yeah, let's finish up over here. What do you think about this, guys?
Big block Chevy sitting in there on its own weight. If steel's 50 cents a pound, those motor mounts cost me $3. $3 motor mounts.
Crazy.
And I think it's in this video. I made them in like 16 minutes. So they're in there. I haven't welded down the sides and the bottom and the top. So if you see this thing and you stop in, don't ridicule me. I ain't done. We got birds on each end of that soffit.
There's so many birds in here. It's like we're in a, what do they call those? Bird houses? Terraria? No, that's a plant place.
Anyways, it sucks. Hopefully they fly away soon.
Real loud.
But yep, here it is. She's getting her first good view of it with the big block in it. It's sitting in there. It's hooked to the transmission. We don't have a clutch. I ordered the headers. The headers will come over and out, and those are going to make it look, they're going to give it the fifth element that we need. But this is pretty much just start welding and building and conceiving.
Won't be long, and we'll be throwing the camper on there and finishing the details on that, which I'm excited for.
I really want to get the camper back on it bad.
Me too.
But I have to have
I
have to have it rolling and shock. My goal is to have it rolling, all 3 axles mounted, all the shocks on it, and the brake lines run, and then we can get the camper back on.
Yep.
We'll show you all of that. And
There's
you see we'll keep up on the tally. The headers, I just bought her on there. I haven't bought anything else. It's all just been steel. Fully boxed and sectioned the frame. 14 inches, I think, in the front, 14 in the back, up, back down, fully boxed all the way with steel inside. This thing is built to rock and roll. Big block Chevy. I knew I was going to have a big motor in it, so I wanted it to be sturdy. And we'll have a tower here, a shock tower that connects frame rail to frame rail again, and just non-stop. This may have a Cummins in it someday, so overkill, that's the name of the game. Dick Banjo said, build it strong. Tell them what you know so far about old Dick Banjo.
What do you know about Dick Banjo?
Look, I got you.
I know about him that he sings a lot.
He sings a lot?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I know about him.
Yeah, he's pretty mysterious, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he wear?
I don't know.
That's right.
Where's he from?
Ah, he's falling. He's from parts unknown, isn't he? He's from the outer edges. All right, we're finishing up.
Sammy's ready to go to dinner, so we're wrapping this Rat Rod video up because I gotta edit it. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's Wednesday video. Just a second, please.
Catch up on all of our Wednesday videos for details on our car show. Near the end, we update you constantly until the last minute. We'll spare you from that in this video. This is a Rat Rod Buildoff, but we are having a show May 17th, 18th, 19th. May 17th is Friday, and May 19th is Sunday. Bring them out Friday, clean them up Sunday, hang out in between. A funnel of fun. So I don't know what else to say about that. We enjoy making these videos and meeting everybody. We made a lot of new friends. And if you have gave us something along the way, or you will see it. I'll keep using the stuff. We appreciate that. And we're growing, and we're growing together.
Yes.
Every time we go somewhere, we meet new people, and it's a great feeling to have friends in the community with the same interests as us. And it's not just men. It's men, women, children, people of all ages, and we like shaking hands and meeting people. And if we didn't get a chance to talk to you yet, we will.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Like, share, subscribe, comment, keep them coming.
Joking?
I'm not joking. I never joke about big block Chevys.